Auf den großen Köder und als der gerade richtig gewackelt hatte. Na, meine Rutenspitze, ich hatte gerade so eine Geschwindigkeit, wo ich dachte, na das ist ja geil, racker, 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 racker. Und genau dann kommt auch der Fisch. Yes! Dafür sind wir hier.
Hi, welcome to the Repeat Offenders Fishing Show. My name is Jens Wolber. We're after brackish water pike again. Water temperature is about 1 degree Celsius and visibility is pretty poor, and we've decided to change over to Schwarzonka UV perch baits or lures because they emit UV light, and it worked. Okay, big mama, here we go. 102, very nice fish. That might actually be, yeah, 102, a little bit more than that. And let's see if she's ready to swim again. Oh, I love these big girls. They're nice and docile. Just support them in an upright position and watch these fins and watch the gills once she starts to move. Okay, she's holding the position now by herself. Okay, she's spreading the fins so she's oriented. And she's starting to flex, the muscles are coming back, muscle tone is coming back. I think she's ready to go. Yeah, very nice. Ah, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look like a regular pike angler again. The knuckles are bleeding. Oh, perfect. And this is the lure that I caught it on. It's the Schwarzonka from Mr. Klaus Claesson of Sweden. As you can see, the rubber's actually pretty tough. Caught a couple fish before on that. And I'm pretty sure that I can fish this for another day or two before I need to repair it with a light or some super glue. And this is the double treble rig that I caught it on, and we're gonna show you how to tie that. There's a couple of people out here on YouTube that will present you with their way of tying it. Mine is extra safe, and I'll show you in a minute why. Well, let me show you my favorite way of tying a double treble hook rig. First of all, you need some stainless steel leader, and I usually buy the one with a plastic coating, and I'll show you why in a minute. Obviously, you need your desired length plus, an inch or two for crimping, and I usually measure it off on my box. It's always the same, like so. Okay, first of all, put on one of those crimping sleeves, and this is gonna be the first treble hook that's toward the head of the lure. So what I do here is I just put in a little swivel and we'll connect a split ring and the first treble hook to that later on. Now, the first thing that I do now is I tie a little tiny little knot in the back of my stainless steel leader. And why? Well, obviously, if you do have a knot in here and it happens to loosen and slip through the crimped sleeve, you'll have the knot as a backup safety measure, which will definitely not go through the crimped sleeve. Okay? This is the fiddly part, but it really pays off later on. I use my pliers to really tighten it up. I want a real small knot if possible. Now comes the fun part. I use the lighter and I just heat up the plastic just until it melts and really pull tight. And presto, you got a knot that will never come undone because it's basically glued into itself by the melted plastic. Cut off the tag end. Really pull it close to the crimping sleeve, like so. Oh, let me get a little bit of help here. And tighten the loop down like so. And that's the first part. Use your crimping tool. Make sure the leader material is nice and parallel, and crimp down on it with moderate force. And that should never come undone. And I also use the lighter right now and just heat up the crimping until you see the plastic melt on either side. And now actually the two parallel pieces of the wire material are glued to each other. Okay, looks good. Let's put on the second treble. What I do there is use another sleeve. And of course I could use another swivel or something like that in the back, but every part that you add might be the part that breaks under pressure. So what I usually do is I just put on one of those fixation pins and the treble right away. Put everything through the crimping sleeve again. And of course, I'll tie a knot in this end as well, just to make sure I have a backstop in case something slips. Put a lot of pressure on that, make that knot as tight and small as possible. Heat it up, and let's just put on some more pressure, blow on it, and there you go. Doesn't get any tighter than that, and you have an extra security measure to prevent the rig from coming undone. Okay, tighten the loop until it looks almost like that. Obviously one of these goes into the lure, and to prevent the eye from tangling around or behaving unnatural, you just push that right into the lure. Okay, so the back end is pretty much finished. Just give it another go over with a lighter. Okay, that should never come undone. And all that's left is to put a treble hook here. I first put on the hook. And then I slide the whole thing into the back eye of the spool as well. Pull everything through. Here we go. And this is it. And this is my preferred way of tying one of those leaders. Extra safe because everything's held together by molten plastic and you have that extra knot in the back. And you might be wondering why the heck we're fishing so close to land. Well, that's easy. In the wintertime when the water gets really cold, all the bait fish will try to get into some small sheltered coves and bays. And as you can see, I just foul hooked another one. They're here. And once you found them, you usually find the predators too that are bound to follow to get something to eat. Right in the private parts. I'm sorry, little girl. Here we go. And you might not believe that either, but we do have pike that will take one of these for a quick lunch. So you can basically never fish big enough baits or too big a bait lure. Well, and they're all around here. We foul hooked, I don't know, 6 or 7 of them, and in between we're catching big pike. So if you do find the bait fish in the sheltered areas, don't hesitate to fish, let me see, 4 feet of water even in the wintertime. Good specimen, probably 2 or 3 kilos, 6 pounds, 7 pounds. Okay, let's put it back. Here we go. The UV perch strikes again, and it just proves that take all the lures that you have with you. You know, if it's like in my case, if you need a small 4-ton truck to do so, well, keep some of them in the car, keep some of them in the vehicle if they don't all fit in the boat. But I would be pretty upset today if I didn't have this one with me. 90% of the lures that I had are subdued colors, natural colors, and this one's the ticket today. You know, if you have lures, bring them all. Okay, see you next time. Cheers.